Ask Reddit by Inevitable Sale 8. What's the worst thing to say at a funeral? My grandmother and I went to my uncle's funeral who committed suicide. My aunt and his mistress were both overweight, and my grandmother leaned over and said, if I had to choose between those two heifers, I'd kill myself too. The whole family was right in front of us, and they turned around. Awkward. My one uncle had a wife and a mistress too. Used to bring them both to events. Divorced the wife. Married the mistress. Mistress wife died and original wife took him back. If the person died of an overdose, he died doing what he loved. My friend was a heroin addict and drug dealer thief and played Counter-Strike all day. When he overdosed and died, his obituary said he was self-employed in the pharmaceutical industry and spent most of his day learning about computer technology. You're not losing a daughter, you're gaining a guest room. Upvoted because it's technically correct but HOOLY shit, that's a bad one. He wasn't black when he was alive. And who are all you people? I think I'm at the wrong funeral. Or give someone lewds and send them naked up to the roof. Ah, I love Alan Tudyk. Sorry for your loss. Move on. Don't forget to also give the grieving a couple of copies of a Cradle of Filth CD. I had an uncle who wasn't liked by most of our family. Our aunt, who wasn't all there mentally to begin with, showed up at his funeral with a hatchet to make sure he was dead. God, I need me a crazy bitch. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I'm deceased. My bad. My bad and I'm sorry don't always mean the same thing. Truth story. One of my dad's friends gets really uncomfortable in funerals. When he had to attend one, he wanted to say something like may your kids live long lives to the widow, but instead looked her in the eyes and said I wish this for your children. WTF. I'm here about your car's extended warranty. You're next to the person beside you. Yeah, you're supposed to throw a bouquet into the crowd while the DJ plays Single Ladies to see who's next. Dibs on their shoes. Tip, just take them without asking. Turning to the widow or widower, so, I see you are now single. Doing anything tonight? It didn't happen at the funeral but my mom experienced this not long after my dad died. A man from one of the committees she's on was like, so sorry to hear about your husband. Can I take you out? And then he continued to ask her out for months after that even though she told him no because her husband just died. My brothers and I were pallbearers at my grandfather's funeral. I accidentally kicked the back of my younger brother's shoe causing him to stumble. Without thinking he blurted out, watch it ass, this is like carrying dead weight. Dead silence for just a bit. All pallbearers looked at each other then burst into uncontrollably laughter. We had to set the casket down to regain our composure. I didn't like him her anyway. Especially if everyone silently nods in agreement afterwards. Not at a funeral but sitting my kids down to tell them my nana, their great grandmother, had passed that morning and wouldn't be coming back home. My 8-year-old son cries for a few minutes then says, does this mean I get my own room now? He's an optimist. Better them than me. Motherfucker still owes me $50. Everything happens for a reason. Hate this one. The other one that I've had said to me is it's the circle of life. Good riddance. This was my immediate thought and I'm disappointed it's not higher up. The world is a better place now. Who's horny? Necrophiliac in the thread. I hope they get well soon. My dad sent a get well soon card to my aunt, his sister, who had terminal brain cancer. RIP Auntie G. My grandmother attended her sister's funeral, which shocked everyone since they hadn't spoken in years. Detecting the shock, she blurted out, "I'm here to make sure she's actually dead." Someone shamed me for dropping out of college at my father's funeral. I'm still mad about it 7 years later. What a crappy thing to do. I'm sorry for your loss.